How I Met Your Mother is an American sitcom that originally aired on CBS from September 19, 2005 to March 31, 2014. The series follows the main character, Ted Mosby, and his group of friends in Manhattan. As a framing device, Ted, in the year 2030, recounts to his son and daughter the events that led him to meeting their mother. The series was created by Craig Thomas and Carter Bays, who also served as the show's executive producers and were frequent writers. The series was loosely inspired by their friendship when they both lived in New York City. Among the 208 episodes, there were only 4 directors: Pamela Freeman, Rob Greenberg, Michael Shea, and Neil Patrick Harris. Known for its unique structure and eccentric humor, How I Met Your Mother has gained a cult following over the years. The show initially received positive reviews, while the later seasons received more mixed reviews. The show was nominated for 28 Emmy Awards, winning 9. In 2010, Alyson Hannigan won the People's Choice Award for Favorite TV Comedy Actress. In 2012, 7 years after its premiere, the series won the People's Choice Award for Favorite Network TV Comedy, and Neil Patrick Harris won the award for Favorite TV Comedy Actor. The 9th and final season began airing on September 23, 2013, and concluded on March 31, 2014, with a double-length finale episode, which received polarized reviews from critics and fans alike for its controversial twist ending, as many believed it contradicted many of the previous episodes and seasons. Premise: the series concerns the adventures of Ted Mosby and how he met the mother of his children. The story starts with the younger Mosby living in New York City and working as an architect. The narrative deals primarily with his best friends, including the long-lasting couple Marshall Erickson and Lily Aldrin, the eccentric, womanizing playboy Barney Stinson, and news anchor Robin Scherbatsky. The series explores many storylines, including a will they or won't they relationship between Robin and each of the 2 single male characters, Marshall and Lily's relationship, and the ups and downs of the characters' careers. The show's framed story depicts Ted verbally retelling the story to his son Luke and daughter Penny as they sit on the couch in the year 2030. This future set frame is officially the show's present day, and How I Met Your Mother exploits this framing device in numerous ways, to depict and redepict events from multiple points of view, to set up jokes using quick and sometimes multiple flashbacks nested within the oral retelling, to substitute visual, verbal or oral euphemisms for activities Ted doesn't want to talk about with his children, and even to add some elements of humor. In the episode, How I Met Everyone Else, Ted describes his dates with a girlfriend whose name he has forgotten, leading all characters to act as though her given name were blah blah, while the traditional love story structure begins when the romantic leads first encounter each other. How I Met Your Mother does not introduce Ted's wife until the 8th season finale, and only announces her name during the series finale. The show instead focuses on Ted's prior relationships and his dissatisfaction with those women, thus setting the stage for his eventual happiness with Tracy. Production: How I Met Your Mother was inspired by Carter Bays and Craig Thomas's idea to write about our friends and the stupid stuff we did in New York, where they previously worked as writers for Late Show with David Letterman, among others. The two drew from their friendship in creating the characters. Ted is based loosely on Bays, and Marshall and Lily are based loosely on Thomas and his wife. Thomas' wife Rebecca was initially reluctant to have a character based on her, but agreed if they could get Alyson Hannigan to play her. Hannigan was looking to do more comedy work, and was available. Josh Radnor and Jason Segel, who were cast as Ted and Marshall, respectively, were not well known. Though Siegel had been a cast member on the short-lived Freaks and Geeks and a recurring guest star on Judd Apatow follow-up Undeclared, the role of Barney was initially envisioned as a John Belushi-type character, before Neil Patrick Harris won the role after being invited to an audition by the show's casting director Megan Brandman. Pamela Freeman invited Bob Saget to be the voiceover narrator, future Ted, explaining to him that the show would be like the Wonder Years but kind of into the future. Saget either went to the television studio and recorded the narration while watching the episode, or did so separately and re-recorded with the episode if necessary. He normally did not attend table readings, but did so for the last episode. In various interviews, Bays and Thomas have stated that a pretty famous actress turned down the role of Robin, whom they revealed in February 2014 to have been Jennifer Love Hewitt. They then cast Kobe Smulders for the role, who, at the time, was fairly unknown. Bays and Thomas later said, "Thank God we did, for a million reasons." When Ted's seeing her for the first time, America's seeing her for the first time, the intriguingness of that propelled the show going forward and kept the show alive. Although Ted is initially smitten by Robin in the pilot, it is quickly established at the end of the episode that she is not the mother, which Thomas said was done so they would not copy or rehash the "will they or won't they" Ross and Rachel storyline from Friends. According to an Entertainment Weekly article, the writers adopted facets of each main actor's personality and incorporated them into their characters. This includes Neil Patrick Harris's skills with magic, Jason Segel's passion for songwriting, Alison Hannigan's absent-mindedness while pregnant, and Josh Radnor's intellectualism. McLaren's, an Irish bar in the middle of New York, in which some of the show is set, is loosely based on 4 favorite bars of Bays, Thomas and others from The Late Show staff. They include McGee's, a Midtown tavern near the Ed Sullivan Theatre where The Late Show is taped, McHale's, a legendary Hell's Kitchen bar which closed in 2006, Chumley's, a since-closed historic Greenwich Village pub, and Fairs, another closed bar on the Upper West Side. McGee's had a mural that Bays and Thomas both liked and wanted to incorporate into the show. The name for the bar is from Carter Bays' assistant, Kyle McLaren. The bartender in the show is also named Carl. Episodes were generally shot over a 3-day period in the Los Angeles-based soundstage Studio 22 and featured upwards of 50 scenes with quick transitions and flashbacks. However, the pilot episode was filmed at CBS Radford. The laugh track was later created by recording an audience being shown the final edited episode. Thomas claimed that shooting before a live audience would have been impossible because of the structure of the show and the numerous flash-forwards in each episode, and because doing so would blur the line between audience and hostage situation. Later seasons started filming in front of an audience on occasion when smaller sets were used. The theme song is a portion of "Hey Beautiful" by The Solids, of which Bays and Thomas are members. Episodes from Season 1 generally started with the opening credits. A cold opening has been used since Season 2. Viewers then occasionally see Ted's children on a couch and hear him talking to them, telling the story of how he met their mother. Alternatively, scenes from previous episodes or shots of New York City with Ted narrating over the top are shown. Thomas has stated that future Ted is an unreliable narrator since he is trying to tell a story that happened over 20 years earlier. This has been a plot point in several episodes including The Goat, Oh Honey, How I Met Everyone Else, and The Mermaid Theory. Nevertheless, Thomas has also emphasized maintaining a coherent and consistent universe, and trying to avoid continuity errors, a problem he noticed in other shows. A scene relating to the identity of the mother, involving Ted's future children, was filmed near the beginning of Season 2 for the show's eventual series finale. This was done because it was likely that the teenage actors portraying them would be adults by the time the final season was shot. During the 2007-2008 Writers Guild of America strike, How I Met Your Mother shut down production. When the strike ended, the show returned on March 17, 2008, with 9 new episodes. The network announced a change in time slot to 8:30 p.m. ET, 7:30 p.m. CT, flip-flopping from the summer schedule with The Big Bang Theory. CBS renewed the show for a 4th season on May 14, 2008, which premiered on September 22, 2008. In September 2008, Lifetime Television announced it had purchased the cable rerun rights to How I Met Your Mother at a rate of about $725,000 per episode. The 4-year syndication contract stipulated that the studio deliver at least 110 half-hour episodes by the year 2010, and allowed for up to 8 seasons of the show. At the end of the 4th season, only 88 episodes had been produced, and a further 22 episodes were required, ensuring that there would be a 5th season. On May 19, 2009, the 5th season renewal was announced. May 20, 2009, CBS announced that How I Met Your Mother would again be aired at 8 p.m., leading into the new comedy Accidentally on Purpose. On January 12, 2010, the show aired its 100th episode, and CBS announced that the series would return for a 6th season. Upon learning that the series would be syndicated, Thomas said, "We're thrilled that it will live on in other forms," and they were proud of the show, and it was great to see the strong demand. Reruns of the series began airing on local U.S. broadcast television stations and on Chicago-based cable superstation WGN America September 13, 2010. Featured in these airings are vanity cards previously unseen in the CBS and Lifetime airings due to marginalized credit sequences used by the two networks, shown in between the closing credits and the production company credits. These vanity cards show portions of the Bro Code, a list of rules frequently referenced by Harris's character, Barney Stinson, on how men should interact with each other, with an emphasis on activities involving pursuing members of the opposite sex. The opening theme song for the syndicated reruns is also slightly edited, running shorter and not using all the pictures seen in the opening montage that runs on DVD and the original CBS broadcasts. The episodes are also slightly edited, leaving out a few details. One of the series' ongoing traditions involves giving guest roles to actors from various Joss Whedon productions, many of whom co-starred with Hannigan on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Bays attributes this to their being huge fans, and to those casts representing a big talent pool. Another tradition involves the use of euphemisms for culturally sensitive issues. These include eating a sandwich for smoking marijuana, thumbs up for giving the middle finger, as well as playing the bagpipes for loud, raucous sex acts. These euphemisms, among others, have been used extensively throughout the show and have even been used as central plot themes, such as the episode Benefits in Season 4. On March 4, 2011, CBS announced that the show had been renewed for 2 more seasons, with the 7th season premiering with back-to-back episodes on September 19, 2011. On July 27, 2011, the FX channel announced it had picked up the series for syndication. On September 5, 2011, FX began airing the series, although cast members had previously stated that the show would not run longer than 8 seasons. A 9th season was secured in December 2012 amidst tense negotiations with the studios and the actors, especially Jason Segel, who had wanted to move on to other ventures after the 8th season. During these negotiations, Bays and Thomas originally approached the 8th season as if it was the show's last year, but also had a plan B if the show was renewed. After producers secured a 9th and final season, they implemented plans to secretly cast the titular future mother, with Christine Milioti eventually winning the role, besting at least 2 other contenders. Milioti first appeared in the last scene in the season 8 finale, Something New, and was a regular cast member in the show's final season. This marked the first time that the show had expanded its core roster. In January 2013, How I Met Your Mother was renewed for a 9th and final season. Carter Bays stated to Entertainment Weekly that Season 9 will feature some of the most non-linear episodes we've ever done. The Season 9 premiere episode aired on September 23, 2013, and the one-hour series finale aired on March 31, 2014. Cast: Josh Radnor as Ted Mosby, an architect, college professor and the central character of the series. Ted moved to New York City with his friends Marshall and Lily after graduating from Wesleyan University. In New York, he met Barney at the urinal of McLaren's and Robin, who he was immediately attracted to. Ted is on a quest for happiness and the woman he will marry. Ted is the most mature of the group, preferring more elegant and high-class interests than the ones his friends possess. He goes to great lengths to profess his love to the women in his life, but they all falter after a while. Despite these qualities, Ted often acts immaturely, such as partaking in wild activities with Barney. He is an avid Star Wars fan and is often heard quoting the films, and frequently mentions his favorite poet, the Chilean Pablo Neruda. Ted is from Shaker Heights, Ohio, but considers himself a true New Yorker, showing a massive hatred for New Jersey. He does eventually meet the love of his life, who is first seen in the season finale of Season 8. Jason Segel as Marshall Erickson, Ted's best friend. Marshall marries Lily in Season 2, with whom he has been in love since his freshman year of college, and they serve as an inspiration for Ted to find his true love. Marshall, like Ted, was born outside of New York, but considers the city his home. He has an interest in paranormal phenomenon and mythical creatures, particularly Bigfoot. His dream to be an environmental lawyer was halted when he did not have enough cash to pay for his wedding to Lily. So he worked with Barney at Goliath National Bank as a corporate attorney, and regretted every moment of it. In flash-forward scenes set in the future, Marshall is elected a justice to the New York State Supreme Court. Kobe Smulders is Robin Scherbatsky, a news anchor and Ted's Season 2 girlfriend. Robin emigrated from Canada to take a job in a news station and met Ted at McLaren's, setting him on his journey to find the one. Though her relationship with Ted ended, they continue to remain close friends. Her Canadian background is a source of many jokes from her friends, particularly from Barney. She is shown to be very career-centric and rejects traditional roles, such as getting married and having kids. Robin often drinks scotch, smokes cigars, and is an avid gun fan. She and Barney later embark on a relationship that eventually sees them married. In Season 2 it is revealed that, as a teenager, she was a pop star under the stage name Robin Sparkles and had a hit song named Let's Go to the Mall. Later she went grunge under the name Robin Daggers. Her full name, Robin Charles Scherbatsky, Jr., is revealed in the Season 4 episode, Happily Ever After, explained by the fact that her father was disappointed that he did not have a son. She and Barney get engaged and later marry in the first part of the series finale, but divorce in the second part, 3 years later. Neil Patrick Harris as Barney Stinson, the holder of an unknown position at Goliath National Bank and Ted's bro. Barney's real name is Barnabas Stinson. Due to his father leaving him as a young child, Barney has abandonment issues and clings to his friends. He is a serial playboy, using his relative wealth and an array of outrageous strategies to seduce women for sex with no intention of engaging in a relationship. Barney is one of two of the group who was actually from New York. He falls for Robin and the pair become engaged. They marry at the end of Season 9 and divorce after 3 years. In 2020, he has a daughter named Ellie. Allison Hannigan as Lily Aldrin, a kindergarten teacher, aspiring artist, and Marshall's wife. Lily is the group's moderator, always there to resolve a conflict or to offer a shoulder on which to cry. Barney uses her as a confidant, though she is terrible at keeping secrets. She has also been revealed to be very manipulative, often coaxing her friends behind the scenes to get her desired results. She met Marshall in college and they have been together ever since, breaking up only once. Though appearing sweet and cute, Lily is quite fierce and sexually ravenous, and has desires similar to those of Barney. During season 7, she becomes pregnant and has Marshall's and her first child, Marvin wait for it Erickson. Like Barney, she is a true New Yorker. In season 9, she becomes pregnant with her second child, Daisy, and in a flash-forward sequence, she has a third child, another girl. Christine Milioti is Tracy McConnell, the future wife of Ted Mosby, the mother. Although seen in episodes from almost every season, Tracy McConnell is only introduced as a character in the last episodes of season 8. She plays a woman who is almost exactly the same as Ted. They share all of the same interests and thus she has few individual traits. Milioti is the only main cast member to be added to the original group of actors. Bob Saget as future Ted Mosby, Ted's future self, telling his children the story of how he met their mother, in the year 2030.